Hey, everybody. It's a good day today. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Neuromancer, hey, good to see you. Greg, thanks for hopping in. Edward, Ghostbit, good to see you guys. Basil, Double King, hey, good to see you, Matt. The left mouse knop. Droppy, hey. All right, so I'm really excited. I've got they sent me four of the printed wet proofs. I just took a quick glance at them so far, and I'm really like what I see. A couple of small tweaks, but that's the whole point of the proofs. And they also sent me like uh, big print sheets, like entire sheets of like the cards. So I guess I can show you guys that too. Before we get there, I wanted to show you what I've been working on the past few weeks. I've been working on the Witch class. I'll show you guys a little bit of preview of that. It is now called the Hexbinder class because I think that's just a little bit cooler name. But I've also been working on the website. So the website has undergone it's still a little bit wonky in certain places, but it's looking a lot better than it was. So it's sort of it see you can see like it's a little bit wonky, but it's working fine enough. So I've got the homepage. I've updated the old blog posts from the old website. I've got those up, and I'm going to be putting the new any new updates here on the news page. So I'll be putting all the project updates, all of the things I'm working on. I'll be putting a lot of that here as well. Under resources, the start page has gotten more fleshed out. You can download the character sheets, the individual ones, or you can just download them all and sort through it later. There's the blank printable ones. There's the form fillable ones. Big thanks to Double King. I gotta get you credited back in there. That got taken out. Big thanks to Double King for those. And then there's pre-made level 1 heroes also if you guys want to use those. There's just quick start rules also here. In combat, this is what combat is. Death and dying, that's what that is. Skill checks, that's like 80-90% of what you need to know if you're a player at least. There's a link to join the Discord. And a cool quick start video that Mr. Tarask did. And then down at the bottom, I'm going to be adding a big long list of frequently asked questions. Hey, good to see you, Taryn. Taryn, I was just about to give a shout out to a couple of Kickstarters you see right up there, Vagabond. So there's going to be FAQ. So if anybody wants to collate those and send them to me, that'd be super duper helpful. If not, I'll just go through Discord and find what questions people are asking and put them in here. So not finished yet, but we're getting there. Big, broad strokes. Then there's the creators page. Why you should, make stuff for Nimble because it's cool. And email address if you guys ever want to contact me. I'm going to be doing a creator spotlight program. So if anybody does make any projects, Kickstarters, backer kit things, whatever, if you make any adventures or whatever for Nimble, I'd love to help spotlight you and help promote you because I think that kind of thing is really good for the community. There's also a free creators kit. It's not out yet, but it's coming. It's going to have helpful tips on how to make a class that's cool and balanced, subclasses, what makes a Nimble adventure, like different frameworks, how much damage should a tier 3 spell do, or that kind of stuff. So things to make it really easy to get sort of the technical things out of the way so you can just be creative. So anybody who's interested in that kind of thing, all of that's going to be there. And then like link it to the Discord. The community is fantastic. But in the license, this is the entire license. That's it. It's basically do what you want. There's like a couple of very small restrictions. Like you can't use the art. Like you find your own art. Pay artists. Artists need to eat food and live indoors and stuff too. That's basically, you read it for yourself. But that's the third-party creators license. I've not seen. There might be one that's more broad, more open than this, but I've not seen it. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. And then we're gonna have the creators kit download link. That's coming soon. And then a couple of FAQ for the license. So I got that. Discord if you guys ever want to contact me. I mean, my email address is right there, but this contact form goes right to me as well. And there's a link to the Patreon. Super big thanks to everybody who's been supporting the Patreon. It helps continue the development. So I think, let's see, where are we? Let's see. We'll click on Patreon, see how it is. So yeah, wow, $174 a month. Like that's wow, that's so cool. It's only $3. So it's only $3 dues. And if you just want to do the 7-day, there's a free trial. You can get it for free for 7 days and cancel it if you want to. Like, no hard feelings. I know how it is if money's tight, but it's just $3. It's pretty low entry. But if you want to sort of help support things, I'm spending like way more than that every month on like getting more art and development and all sorts of stuff. So like it just sort of helps defray the cost. Yeah, I don't really need the game design stuff for income. I've got another job, but it does help it become less of a money pit and a little bit more sustainable. So appreciate you guys for supporting the continued development there. There's some big announcements coming for that later, but we're doing some really cool things thanks in no small part to people who are supporting on Patreon. Real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Taryn. You guys have probably heard of Vagabond. It's a really cool RPG, sort of halfway between OSR, OSE, and like 5e. Really tight. He had a successful campaign on GameFound already, but the tariffs are kicking him in the rear. So this is just to sort of make up that little bit of a difference there. So if you guys haven't checked out Vagabond, I can tell you there's so Taryn, he helped me a lot with Nimble. A lot of the coolest ideas that are in Nimble come from Taryn. So even if you never plan on playing it, I mean, like I've got like a dozen different RPGs. I'll probably never play most of them, but just like having them for the ideas and having them for the inspiration and supporting cool creators, definitely check out Vagabond. So this is just to sort of make up the gap so that he doesn't lose money on the terrorists from all the work that he's been doing on the first campaign. So check that out. And actually, I think I can just paste a link here in the chat so you guys don't have to. There you go. Check it out. He's a real cool guy. Here's another one that I want to share with you guys. Zamanora, Ballad of the Witch. They donated a really cool monster, legendary monster. So if you guys to Nimble, so it's they donated art and sort of the design, and I came up with a Nimbleified version of that. If you guys want to check that out, the guys making that are buds of mine. And then one more real quick, and then we'll get into the unboxing here. This is a local creator here near me. This is a local creator near me. I'm not too familiar with this project, but he's here in the Central Florida area, and he asked me to give him a shout out. But it looks really cool, sort of like an old school type of look and feel. It's called Into the Lair, and it's got some sort of board gamey elements, peel and stick, like stickers for your abilities to make things easy to play, and like cool black and white, sort of shadow darky type of art. But it's got like I think in board games it's called like legacy mechanics. So it looks pretty sweet. I don't know the guy's name who's doing this. I think it's just Epic Saga Games. But hey, if you send me a copy, I'll do a more in-depth review. But that looks pretty cool. So I wanted to share those things with you guys. With that said, let's go to. Yeah, let's go to where is it? Oh. And I set up a Stream Deck so I can. Oh, look at that! How cool! Here it is, guys. Oh, here it is. How handsome is that? How handsome is that? I think we can do desk view. Let's see if that works. Oh, nice. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited. It is just like. So this is the printed version. This is his albino brother. So the dimensions change just a little bit. This one is a little bit shorter, but yeah, it looks so good. I think the gold foil, like it's not coming across as nice on camera, but man, in person it looks really cool. It looks really cool. And there is a little bit of a typo here. I do have that fixed already, so you guys don't you worry about that. Yeah, appreciate it, Samuel. Yeah, can't get anything past you guys. So we've got the side, like it's going to be sort of sitting on a shelf like this, and you can sort of see what it is, or if it's sitting facing you, you can see what it is. The back, nimble, fast, tactical, 5e compatible, TTRPG, and then it goes into the core rules, the heroes, the GM's guide, and there's like a nice little cool company logo there. So that's that. Let's the typo. The typo is an Easter egg. Yeah, all typos, all typos are Easter eggs. All typos are Easter eggs, and it's got like a nice sort of like soft touch, anti-scuff. Like I've been getting my greasy fingers all over this, and like it's not showing like any of the yucky greasy marks. So all right, let's go ahead and open it up. Some pretty cool things. Yeah, it fits. So the inside, like we didn't have to do this, but like I don't know, it could have just been like a plain white inside, but I wanted to add some nice little touches. So the cloth map is going to be in a poly bag. They sent that separately since I think it's a different supplier. But right when you open up, the cloth map is going to be the first thing that you see. Yeah, and I've got, if you guys have any notes for me, I've got a paper here with notes. But you guys, I'm so excited. And the cloth map, so a lot of times you'll get like cloth or paper maps, and like they will be like all creased and wrinkled, and like they don't actually lay flat. But like this is like some sort of like microfiber type of technology. But man, how pretty is that? And like you just wrinkle it up, and there it is. There it is. How cool. So in the game, if you do run the adventure, you'll start here in Maryvale, and then you'll go head up to the Elderwild and fight some goblins. And I'm not going to spoil too much more than that, but you can head over to Farhope. You can go down to the Growling Marshes, or you could sort of go all around and adventure. I think my favorite is probably the Skyreach Isles, and the adventure up in the Skyreach Isles is actually one that everybody's favorite Indestructible Boy helped write. So that one is probably my favorite one. So we've got the cloth map. The back is white. Yeah, so there we go. And fold that back up. And the cloth map ended up being really kind of expensive, I think. But it's just something that I wanted to do. And it folds up so nicely, you guys. You got to have the cloth map. Oh, and all the little icons on the corners, those are the different factions. So this is the faction of the Bird Folk. This is the Golden Company. This is the Tower, and then there's the Adventurers Guild up here. Or the Explorers Guild, rather. Yeah. So there is one typo here. Frostforge Mountains should be Iceforge Mountains. If I might have time to change it still. If not, it'll be Frostforge. I think that's okay. Also known as Frostforge Mountains. I could update it in the books, but I like Iceforge Mountains better. I think it's okay to have one typo. Okay, so let's go back to the box. So I included like some cool little art on the sides of the inside cover, the inside of the box. So eat snacks, fight monsters, save the world, be a hero. Nice. And there is this cool little ribbon here, and they sent me like this. This is really cool. They sent me like different samples, like different samples of different ribbon colors that we could use. So right now, this ribbon is so that we can like lift up the contents and like get to the books and things. So each of the books has an axe, the headbands and tailbands, the little ribbons, the little things at the ends, like match the color of the book. They're all themed, and the bookmark for this one is supposed to be like this bright orange color to match her hair, because I think that's just a cool little touch, and I care about those cool little touches. Yeah, this is super cool. So you guys, this book turned out like look how thin that is. Like you could hand this to someone and like, hey, this is the new game we're learning. Compared, and it's got like a really nice soft matte compared to like this is the old one, but much less intimidating, much like not hating at all, like D&D, like we stand on the shoulders of giants, you know. But like this is much less intimidating, and I think we might be able to, we might have the technology to zoom in. Let's actually, yeah, but before we look in depth at the books, let's finish the unboxing, and then we'll do a flip through of the books. So use the handy dandy lift out thing. Yeah, low gloss, yeah, definitely. So this is the GM guide in the Heroes book, and I think actually I just packed them backwards. So it's going to show up in the box in this order. So core rules, then Heroes, then the GM guide. Okay, so then we have the edge. Let's stack them up nice. So you see how the headband up here. So this one is blue to match the blue of these lilac type of flowers down here. This one is purple to match the cool, like it doesn't come across super good on the camera, but to match the cool purple of these skeletons. And then the art wraps around the back too, which I think is pretty sweet. Super duper cool. So it's going to show up in that order, and then the art for this one, for this fight. This is the art that's on the GM screen as well. Wraps around the back. Yeah. Rowland, yeah, super duper proud. All right, so we have the 3 books. We've got the cloth map. We'll get that guy back in here. Move the notes over. Then this is the GM screen. Ooh, don't show that yet. This is GM screen. So the same art from the cover, which I think is pretty cool and iconic at this point. It's a 5-panel one. 5-panel Z-fold. So we have conditions, cover and hiding, concentration. So conditions, I always need to look at conditions. Gold per level. They rolled high on their examination check. They found a stockpile of gold. They are level 5. How much should they find? Okay, it's right there, right? You can see exactly how much. What was a greater healing potion? Oh, yeah, that's 3d6 plus 6. Super easy. My favorite thing are these quick NPCs. Let's zoom in so you can. Let's zoom in. I think we can zoom in. There we go. And I think I might have to hold it steady so I don't make you guys sick. Look at this one. Guy named Red. Grizzled mercenary. Calls everyone kid, no matter their age. Like, cool. I know exactly how to play that NPC. Like, that's enough information for me to grab that NPC and run with them, right? And then, like, a lot of times players aren't going to remember the names of NPCs. They'll say, oh, what was the name of that guy who called us kid all the time? Gus, Stablehand, has an uncanny ability to mimic animal sounds. Oh, how cool. So, yeah, those are quick NPCs in case you ever need them. Here's a quick monster builder as well, monster builder charts. Legendary monster abilities. So every legendary monster has what they can do what they have on their stat block. But there are also these, good old Gus. There's also these abilities that, if you want them, the sort of generic abilities that legendary monsters have. Assess. What are the 3 things that you could do? Assessing, and then the secret chaos table. So there we have the GM screen, and there's no logo on this. I don't really like GM screens with the logos a whole lot because like you could put the logo anywhere. So that there's no logo on this. You can use this GM screen for anything. It's sort of like it's a small, slim line GM screen, which I like. Putting a like I don't like shirts with like words on them and stuff like that. It's just a little bit tacky. And so let's zoom back out just a little bit. So inside here, a nice, cool little Easter egg. I included this this handsome little goblin. Oh, he got bent a little bit. Handsome little goblin art, and it's actually a sticker. The same person who did the art. Where is it? Did it fall down? This art. The same guy who did this cute little kobold art did this. Rossi Draws. So he's a cool artist on Twitter. So a cool little sticker. And if you guys do want to slap a Nimble sticker on something, here we go. We have like this cool. I'm a sucker for holofoil stickers. So just a couple little extras. And then inside we have spell cards, magical equipment, and legendary monsters. So this is like a little well that once like so the cards come like in wrapped, obviously. So once you take them out, like you don't just want them like slosh around in there. So this is sized so that everything can fit in there really nicely. You put all your things on top and they're not going to get all damaged and messed up. But there is enough space if you do want to put your cards in like card sleeves. If you want to put your cards in like card sleeves like this, and this is Whistler's Mother, I think, with a dragon, it'll still fit in there. So just trying to think of all the cool things that I would want if I were the consumer, because I am the consumer of this. I made this for myself. Yeah, that is a cool little goblin song weaver. All right, so let's do a quick flip through of the books. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Let's do a quick little flip through of the books. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get that back out. Let's start with the core rules. I'm really excited about this. And actually, I want to get you guys feedback on things, because I have a couple of days. So the printer asked me to get back to them by the 28th. So if everything is going to stay on schedule, if I can get back to them by the 28th, then we're good to go. We're not behind schedule or anything like that. So I do have a little bit of time to make very, very small tweaks. Okay, so I want to sort of have a little caveat there. Very, very small tweaks. Let's zoom in. So yeah, man, I really like it. I really like it. It looks so cool. And it's so small too. So the inside cover. So the end papers on all the books are printed. All of the others have both leaves, both sides. So character creation, leveling up. Both sides of the end papers are printed, resting and downtime. I thought for the core rules, having it like a little bit more simple, like this is all you need to know, rather than overwhelming, might be a nice touch. But like as I hold it in my hand, I think I wouldn't hate having something here. Maybe like this could be over here, and it could just be like quick start rules. But if you have any, my suggestion for a small tweak: add 3 more classes. I would love to. So I'm working on the Witch, or the Hex Binder. I'm working on the Artificer, or it's probably going to be called the Mechanist or something similar to that, and then the Scion, which I'm pretty sure is just going to be called the Scion because that is such a cool name. So I'm working on those and like a bunch of other things. So if you guys want to wait until like next year, yeah, no, we got to deliver what we have. We got to be careful about scope creep. Otherwise, we'll get ourselves into trouble. I think the quick start rules on the right with the left being artwork or other info would be good. Yeah, perhaps. Well, the quick character creation page on the inside cover. Quick character. So the character, the hero creation rules it's in the heroes book, character creation. So I don't think we need that in the core rules. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas here, do you know the weight of the pages? can find it if you care. They are like, it feels like very like thin, like thin, but like nice thin, if that makes sense. I can 130 GSM could be. I have the specs somewhere. So like a lot of people think that like thicker paper is better, but thicker paper is a lot of times cheaper, like lower quality. So from understanding like that, like smush the paper really, really hard to make it thin, but like also not see-through. So like this is not see-through. I'm shining like a bunch of lights on this and you can't like, you can like barely see through it. Yeah, so it's a really, really high quality paper. I'm not sure exactly. I have the specs somewhere. If you guys are super interested in the details, I can get that for you. So you have the table of contents. Start here. Let me see if I turn this light off. Is that actually better? Yeah, you can see it a little bit better with that light off. And it is a saddle stitch as well, so that you can just sort of open it up and it's going to stay open to that page. Core rules. Now the color in the camera is off just a little bit because my lights are really yellow. Maybe if I turn this back on. Yeah, that's a little bit more accurate color. Yeah. Smith sewn. What did I say, Taryn? Did I say something else? Yeah, you can see the sewn binding right here. There's the strings. Saddle stitch. Whatever. you know what I meant. And holding it in my hands, the font size and everything feels really good. I don't have to squint to see anything. So like if I pull in, like for instance, like some of the mothership things, those are really cool. It's like comparing it to mothership. Like motherships is like a good bit smaller. It's hard to tell, but like mothership's font size is a bit tighter. So we're just like a hair above that. I don't know. I've got a bunch of other books here. We could compare if you want, but Vantage, Disadvantage, Conditions. Yeah, so like this was the art that a lot of people were talking about. Oh, it just gets cut off because it stops. It stops at the gutter. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys. Here we have combat, starting combat, skeleton, resting and downtime. Cool. All right. I don't know that we're gonna flip through everything, but man, this looks so cool. I'm really, really excited. I did relay out the spell scrolls and wands page because I like this is really cool art from Kyle Cox. I think he did a really cool job. And there we have the nice little ribbon and spells. Let's see how the spells look. Fire spells, ice spells, lightning, wind. Yeah, bookmark. Thank you guys. Thank you, Taryn. I love that it has a bookmarker. Then we have some utility spells. And then measuring spaces, if you guys want to get into that kind of thing. Then we have the very tight gloss. So the glossary is a bit tight, which I think is fine. And then we have some of the art back here. Equipment, armor, melee weapons. So like the page that I turn to the most in the D&D, in the 5e Player's Handbook is the equipment page. How much is that thing? How many dice is it? And all that sort of stuff. So I turn to that often. So I thought it'd be helpful to have that as one of the things. So let's take a look at the Heroes book, you guys. Let's take a look. I'm excited to look at the spell cards. I haven't even cracked those open yet. So here we have character creation and leveling up. And then on the back, what was it? Resting and downtime. Yeah, resting and downtime. Hey, Trek. Good to see you, man. That's one good-looking book. Yeah, thank you, Trek. And if you guys don't know, Trek did a good bit of help with this. Some of the monsters were his ideas, and he had a lot of just good general thoughts and feedback. Some of the items as well were his ideas. Heroes. Yeah. Angela, she did like 1 million edits, typo corrections. So appreciate you, Angela. Just want to check something real quick. Okay, just making sure the pages are correct. All right, cool. Ooh, I like how this looks in person. Yeah. Edward. And Edward was a great Discord organizer, mover and shaker, berserker. Ah, it looks so good. I'm really happy. And apologies about the glare, you guys. I'm trying to make it not. So this it feels like just because all the abilities are so short, we have a big gutter here. I wouldn't mind scooching that over. Taryn, I might ask you how to do that later. Yeah. Path of the Mountain Heart, Path of the Red Mist. Oh, there's my cheat. The cheat. There she is. Yeah. This is the first. This is the first proof. Cool. One of my favorite abilities. That's not what happened. Once per safe rest. After a distracted enemy attacks you, you may change the primary die roll to whatever you like. Changing the die to minimum counts as a miss. So some dude crits you in the face, and you're like, that didn't happen. You change it to a 1, it misses. One of my favorite abilities. The cheat is such a cool thing. And then I really like how we came to like these little icons here at the top of the different pages are sort of like a combination of the main icon here. Just kind of cool little thing. Tools of the Silent Blade, tools of the Scoundrel, like all these different abilities you can pick from. So like I feel like we landed on just enough. Oof, yeah. These proofs were much more than that. Because we had like the different books, we had the box, the foil, the cards, the map. So it was quite expensive. Yeah, it's quite expensive. I think it was like $4,000 or something for the proofs. Yeah, so I think we came to a good so like anytime you guys are like, man, I wonder why this Kickstarter is so expensive or whatever, like everything is expensive. Like shipping alone is going to be like, I don't know, maybe tens of thousands of dollars, like just getting it to like a warehouse. Then there's tariffs, and then there's fees and this and that, and like everyone wants to nickel and dime you. And I've been talking to distributors who are interested in it, and then like they take 30%, and another person takes 30%, and the other person takes 20%, and like you're left with like nothing as a creator a lot of times. That's just how it is. So it is hard. So support the creators that you like. I'll just say that. Anyway, I think we got to like a really cool. Oh, hey Bruno. We got to a really good balance of complexity, or I'll say level of detail, level of fidelity, or level of resolution, without being overwhelming, without like overwhelming you with choices. So like, here's my class. I don't need to read everything here. If I'm level 1, all I have to do is this. If I'm level 2, all I have to do is that. And then at level 4, I can just pick one of these. Like that's easy. How easy is that? Like you get like one cool choice every time you level. You get one cool thing, and at level 3 you can pick your. I really like. Trek, thanks. Yeah. There was a little, despite my best efforts of like adding maps and foil and like all sorts of other things, the margins have got a bit tight. But yeah, if I was doing this for a living, I would have had to do things differently. But because I have another job, and I don't need it for a living, I can just sort of do it for the funsies. I wasn't too worried about that. Yep, man. Yeah. So I think we had a really good balance of choice and tactical grit and like simplicity. Like if someone wants to keep it super simple, they're like some of the abilities are simple. If someone wants to like make their class super complex and like do lots of cool things, they could. All right, so let's flip through. Oh yeah, I want to see. So here's the Songweaver art. Melif Mist, hey, cheers, Evan, you did it. We're so glad. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's looking so good. Let's take a look at. Thank you so much, Melif Mist. You guys really don't have to do tips or anything like that. I'll try to read your comments. If I missed it, feel free to just type it in there again. I want to. There's Storm Shifter. Yeah, she turned out pretty cool. The Zephyr. Oh yeah, that's some of my favorite art. How cool is that? Yeah. The great Earl Lan. Yeah. The DVR thing, looking for mom, the DVR thing should work if you can just like sort of scrub backwards. Here's the story-based subclasses with the art by Justin Gerard. Oathbreaker, Spellblade. Yeah, I'm glad we're able to do all of these. The Reaver, I feel like they really balance things out a lot better for people who want like a little bit more. Then we have the Scion and the Witch. And actually, I do need to update. That. But like, how cool is that art? How cool is that art? More for your game. All right, guys. Let's take a look at the GM guide. And of course, I dropped the ribbon down in there. Yeah, here's the Game Master's Guide. Your ultimate toolkit for legendary adventures. Okay, for the GM, the most important things, the things that I forget the most: conditions, cover, hiding, concentrations, grappling. So like things that come up sometimes, not often enough to where it becomes muscle memory. How much should a skill check be? What are the different lodging things? Gold per level, that kind of thing. Game Master's Guide. Oh, love it. Starting as a GM, some good. Well, I feel like there's like enough GM advice, but this is like really good advice for new GMs. Really good advice for new GMs, as well as for experienced GMs who are new to this system. Like what kind of vibes are we going for? Let players do cool things, right? Yeah. When in doubt, rule in favor of the heroes. That kind of thing. But something that I really like that I haven't seen elsewhere are some of these things. So some of this is obviously like very much common knowledge. We're gonna fix that. You see how that, Taryn, if you're still here, why does that sometimes get cut off at the bottom? I don't know why that happens, but we'll fix that. These heroic vignettes, like when you're making a new character, this is like a couple of my favorite pages here. Making your own adventures. What should you do? I did the opposite of a lot of these things. So it's these. I don't think it's the baseline grid. So like sometimes, like I don't know if you can tell, it's like a scalloped box around here. But if I like backspace like the period and then just type the period again, then like the bottom of the box will show up again. So that's one that I didn't catch. So it's supposed to look like that at the bottom. So I don't know if that's alignment or not. But making a new character and like doing this kind of thing, that was like the best thing I've ever done as a GM. My players like really love that. Making your own adventures, again, this is something I did the opposite of that when I was first GMing. Things that I wish I knew: compelling treasures, gating information, skill challenges. This cool section. What kind of magical items you should give out? Cosmetic items, like the one dude who just loves dwarves. He would, he would love. It's not a bug, yeah. He would just love like the exact same weapon that he has, but dwarf style. You know, he would love that as a reward. It doesn't have to be like a +1 fancy thing that lights itself on fire, all that sort of stuff. Stopped playing 5e late last year, and Nimble has been the best. Oh, cool. Very cool. Hope you find Mom, too. It's just a weird quirk of InDesign. Doesn't really handle paragraph shading. Okay. That's rough. Yeah, what to avoid. Yeah, what to avoid. That's an important one. Let's keep going. And Illumina got some new art. The hearing. Let me see. The Gym of Escape. But so the GM guide is the biggest book out of all of them. But even it is like just so nice and slim and like unintimidating, right? And then we have monsters, how can you run monsters, how to read a stat block, combat guidelines in tuning encounter difficulty. Some groups are saying like, man, Nimble, the normal, like a normal a medium encounter is like way harder in Nimble than in 5e. Well, and other people like, well, you know, I want it to be much harder. So like, if your table is like not super tactical, they don't work together well. They're just sort of like, you know, hanging out and having fun. You know, here's how you can make it easier, and you can fine tune things and do all that sort of stuff. Again, cool art by Justin Gerard. Ooh, and here's the blue, pretty blue ribbon. Some unique encounters. I really like these. Pitch black. Monsters attack in the dark. Heroes can't see. Any light sources are magically snuffed out. Cannot interpose or defend against unseen attacks. Okay, so players get used to interposing. They get used to defending. You know, all this sort of stuff. What happens when you take that away? You don't do this for a long time. You don't do this for like an entire campaign or even an entire session. But like if once in a while you have some of these cool different things, that really makes combat memorable. That makes for a really cool session. A real designer leaves typos to make sure the reader is paying attention. Yeah, yep. Yeah, unique encounters. This is one of my favorite things, and I'm glad we hit this stretch goal to where we have the bestiary. This took a long time to develop, but like being able to easily make any monster of any level and getting away from the CR system, where if you have each monster has a level. So if you have 5 players and they're all level 1, if you have 5 level 1 monsters, that's it. It's a balanced encounter. If you have 6 level 1 monsters, it's going to be a little bit harder. Yeah, past Evan, he was a hard worker. So this is like super easy. This is super easy. If you have 5 level 4 dudes, add up the levels until you get to 20, because there's 20 hero levels, there's 20 monster levels. It's going to be even, right? Like you can't get much easier than that. Kobolds, their ability, no! When an ally within 2 spaces dies, attack once for free. How cool is that? That should say reach too. Also, what about a level 5 monster? So there are guidelines on that. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Typical. So there's a question. What about a level 5 monster versus 5 level 1 PCs? They're just called heroes because a PC is like a computer in my brain, so we just call them heroes. A typical encounter should have 1 to 4 monsters per hero, excluding minions. For an epic fight against a single bad guy, use a legendary monster. Okay, and if you want hordes of monsters, use minions. So if you want to do like 1 monster against 5 or however many heroes, then rather than using the regular monsters, you would use a legendary monster. Legendary monsters, they act after each hero, much easier to balance. It doesn't matter how many people are in the party. This same stat block, so there's a level 2 solo. So if you have 2 level 2 dudes, heroes, or 10 level 2 heroes, this exact same stat block works across pretty much any party size. So rather than trying to do 1 single regular monster, so if you have 5 level 1 heroes, you want to have at least 5 monsters. And you don't want to have any more than 4. So what is that? You don't want to have any more than 20 monsters. So like, you know, 5, 10 monsters is going to be good. And if they add up to 5, if their levels after 5, there you go. Bingo, bango. Flavorful monster abilities. Can you give us a little sneak peek of the VTT? I don't know if I'm good enough to do that. You've seen past Evan spreadsheets. Maybe. I might be able to do that, looking for mom. I'll see if it's still working. Phil did send me a link. I was going to say that for another stream, so we'll see. We got Gabos, we got Dungeon Boys, Undead. Yeah. Ooh, here we go. Legendary Monsters. Legendary Monsters. For me, like one of the most frustrating things. I know roughly how to use it, but Foundry, that is, Edward. One of the most frustrating things for me was like running. Like Icewind Dale, for instance. Oh, sorry for hitting the microphone, you guys. And then going to, all right, so here is like the end boss. Here's one. All right, so first of all, like the end boss covers, is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the end boss covers like 8 pages, because like each one of these is like 2 pages in the A5 size. So first of all, that's like a ton of words, right? But the end boss, like this is balanced so for like I think five heroes. But if we have 4, then all of a sudden like this isn't balanced. I have to do some work. Otherwise, it's going to be way too hard. Or if I have like 6, it's going to be way too easy, right? So like you have to do a lot of work. You know, Google, like search on Reddit or something like, how do I balance the end boss for this kind of thing? Yeah. And it was a lot of work and super fiddly and like a good bit of guesswork, right? So running legendary monsters in 5e is one of the most challenging things. One because there's just so much stuff going on. There's just so many things going on that it's like you forget this one ability and it's way too easy, or you do the ability twice that you should have only done once, and like there's too much. But like this, like that's it for an entire legendary monster. And this is complicated. This is like 2 legendary monsters, and it's smaller than like it's almost smaller than a goblin stat block in 5e, right? So we have Grimbeak, Thorn. I've a lot of people have tested both of these. They really like how the balance is for those. They're spicy. They're spicy. Make you they like have like nail biting moments without like a lot of good nail biting moments, independent of the party size. Ooh, I like how that art turned out. And then this is the big bad. Here's the adventure. We'll sort of flip through a little bit more quickly. Later we might do like more in-depth read through, and I'm planning on doing like a quick like 5-minute how to play, like just so that I can have it for the website, like how to play videos. Here's Skyreach Isles. Taryn, here's your adventure right in the Royal Nest. I think it turned out really cool. But the entire adventure, one spread. You don't have to flip. You don't have to do anything. The monster is right there. There's the boss. There's the boss monster. All right, so let's. Here's 5e conversion. So if you do want to bring in some 5e things, there you go. It's as easy as that. It's not too hard. Skill checks. If the adventure you're running says animal handling, just give me a naturecraft check. If it says athletics, make me a might check. If any monster says con save, make a strength save. Wisdom or charisma, will. Like it's not hard. You can run 5e adventures on the fly. You can use 5e monsters really without changing anything. It's just like which bits do you ignore? You can ignore like most of it. Armor is medium, hit points 7, 1d6 plus 2, easy peasy. Yep, cool. All right, so let's take a look at the last things that are in. Let's take a look. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Let's take a look at. Yeah, I should have left the ribbon there. So here we have the cool stickers. I really want to unpack these cards. Gives a link to your Patreon again. Okay, let's see if I can find that. If you go to nimblerpg.com, click Patreon, you should see it, but I will paste it there. There you go, Angela. Yep, there you go. Okay. So these are the big legendary monster cards. So what I do, so like if this is the GM screen, it is the GM screen. I'll take like a little bit of sticky tack and just plop. Let me go and open it first before I keep talking. But this card material is so you can see on the side how it's sort of dark. This is black core card material, which is the same stuff that super high quality cards like magic cards are made out of. That it's sort of like has like a plastic middle, so you can like bend it and it like snaps back. So it's really high quality. I think it's the highest quality card stock you can have. Like I got this other board game recently. It's a really cool board game, but the card quality is like not that great. Sorry, I'm trying to open these without hurting them. There we go. All right, so here's the bad guy from the. All right, so that is supposed to have a different back. So we'll fix that. Good thing we're testing this. So for Grimbeak, you would stick this on your GM screen so that they can see the art. Then on the back, look at that, you got some stats. How cool! And it's much bigger than, it's like roughly twice the size of these other playing cards. So we've got Grimbeak, we've got Thorn Quickblade. Yeah, feels nice. They slip over each other really nicely. And then on the back side, some of them are horizontal because the art is horizontal. And the ones with the art that's vertical, of course, the art, the text is vertical, so that like I'm reading the text on the back, but everybody else is seeing the monster like cattywampus. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm super excited about that. And then here's the Ravager of the Lowlands. He's a nasty little fellow. So yeah, those feel really nice. Really like that. So this guy, it's supposed to have the stat block on the back, but it has art on the back. So I wonder if that was my mistake or if that was their mistake. But again, that's why we get these wet proofs. A whole box of stickers. Watching very late. Greetum. The Nimble box set was a steal. Yeah, if you guys check out the Patreon also, there is the alpha. Actually, I think it's in beta now of the witch class, the Hexbinder class. So if you guys want to have instant access to that, you can download that, as well as some other cool things I'm working on. So here are the let's look at that. So the backs of all the fire cards, so you can like easily find them. Yeah, this feels nice. And they have like a coating on them that's like makes them sort of slick. The text is plenty big enough. So here we have Pyroclasm, 2 actions, tier 4, bingo bango, upcasting, +1 reach, +2 damage. Cool. Got to sleeve those, yeah. So Dragon Form did get some new art. Because I feel like the other one was a little bit wonky, but it got some new art. Here's the ice spells. Ooh, those look nice. I like the blue and the ice. Let's look at the back. So here's Necrotic, Radiant. Oh, I just remembered something really cool that's in the other pack of cards I want to show you guys. Here's Wind, Lightning. I like how the lightning ones turned out. lightning, and then this really deep, cold blue. How long will it be for sale? Until it sells out. There might be some there are some distributors who are purchasing like larger amounts. So if they buy them all, then it's sold out. So I don't know how long it's going to be for sale. Iceland, Snowblind, Frost Shield, Shatter. Ooh, look how cool that art turned out. Cryo Sleep. Rime Blades. Yeah. Don't you want to cast that spell? Arctic Blast, Glacier Strike, Arctic Annihilation. And this is like the longest spell. Like the tier 9 spells, like even the most complicated spells are not like incredibly complex or fiddly, which I like. Zap. Yeah, the clouds behind this are a little bit hard to see, so maybe we'll lighten that up in the final thing. Hey, oh hey Terry, good to see you, man. Terry Tipke, Alacrity, Stormlash, Electrickery, Electrocharge, Ride the Lightning. And someone said, Evan, I suspect you like Metallica because there's like a lot of Metallica references. I don't know if I intentionally did that or not, but yeah, I used to be in a Metallica cover band growing up for like a week or two. Seething Storm, Vicious Mockery, Razor Wind. Yeah, how cool. This is so neat to be able to hold this in my hands. Yeah. So like when we were playing, when I had like the draft cards, like so someone was playing an Oathsworn and he held up like these cards. He was like, pick one. That's the spell I'm gonna cast. And like, oh no. It's like that kind of thing. But like you can just have these things like next to your character sheet, and like you can know, like you just know what you can cast, and like you don't have to write down a bunch of things. Like this looks so cool. And I'm working on something for later that's going to be even cooler, I think. That I'll give you guys a little hint of. Now I wonder right now. I wonder who that was. That was your best bud. That was your best bud, Brandon. I don't want to name any names. But really appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support and the encouragement and all the help. This definitely would not have been what it is without all of you guys and all your help. So let's take a look at the last of the cards. Unspeakable Word, Creeping Death. So Creeping Death is another, I think it's a name of another Metallica song. So there you go. I appreciate you guys. So healing potions. So there's 4 copies of healing potions, and all the item cards have the same back. So if you want to do like, here's a treasure chest, and just like pick which treasure that you find, like you can do that kind of thing too, which I think is a really cool thing to do. So healing potion, greater healing potion. There's 2 of those, and then there's 1 supreme healing potion. And then there's Lumina, Gem of Escape, Glacier in a Bottle, Whispering Stone, Pocket Cauldron, Elixir of Life, Hearing, Wand. There's a few different wands that you can get. And then this. Okay. All right, let's zoom. Let's enhance. Careful. Yeah, it feels like it feels like having magic cards in my hand. So I had the space to add some more cards. There was enough space in the box. We had all the spells. I could have included like extra copies of some of the spells, which would have been fine. But was that the most useful thing that I could have done? I don't think so. So instead, what we did was, or what I did, I made these, and this is something I promised. It's not something I announced. It's just an extra little thing that I wanted to add so that you guys could have more fun playing. So these are action tracking cards. For an easy tactile way to track actions, give 1 set of 3 cards to each hero. Whenever heroes roll initiative. All right, so let's actually just do it. I think I have some dice here. Here it is. Five. Okay, so I've rolled initiative. I got a 5, and it's super easy to remember. You don't have to do anything. It's a single digit, so I get 1 action. All right. So when my turn starts, I will take 1 action card. So everybody knows, and I know how many actions I have. So I will spend my action, discard the card. My turn's over. When my turn's over, I can pick up all 3 action cards. Everybody knows how many actions I have. So like a lot of times someone will in their turn, they'll be done and they'll just sort of like be sitting there and everybody will be looking at them. Are you done? Oh yeah, sorry, I'm done. Anytime I'm playing games with my young son, he will do that to me. We'll be playing Magic or something, and his turn is over, and he'll just sort of sit there, and nobody will know his turn's over, and I'll be waiting on him. I say, "Hey, buddy, you gotta say, all right, Dad, I'm done. It's your turn now." So this is like a cool tactile way. Did you interpose? Discard 1. You're not going to forget how many actions you have left. Did you defend? Discard 1. When your turn starts, oh, I've got 1 action left. I'm going to attack. Turns over, draw them back. So just a nice, cool tactile way, and it just says it do what it says on the tin. Discard this card to perform 1 action. Okay, so just a nice, really tactile way to track your actions. Could you do it with dice? Could you do it other way? Yeah, you could. I've got like over here. Where is it? Over there somewhere. I've got like little damage counters you could use. Yeah, you could do that. But it's just like one more thing to remember. But if you're holding these things in your hand, then it just makes it that much easier. This is the way that I would want to play when I'm playing. So why not make that available for everybody else? Okay, so that's just like a handy little thing. But there's a backside to these cards. Like, do we just print the same thing on the front and the back, or can we sneak in a little bit more cool stuff? So for more tactical depth, so like a lot of people just they want a little bit more choice, a little bit more wrinkles in it without making it like overly complicated. So how can we do that? How can we make the game like a little bit more interesting without making it overly complicated for the people who like that? The people who don't like that kind of thing, they want it a little bit more simple. Here you go. It's just a nice little action tracker. Fine. The back faces of the cards, you can use the back faces of these cards instead. The back face has an inspired action, a bane action, and a standard action. Okay, so standard action, same as it was. The inspired action, though, discard this card to perform 1 action. When you discard this card to roll dice, roll with advantage. Ooh, I just get to do that? I can just roll with advantage anytime I want? Sure, if you want to. When you discard this card to defend, you have plus key armor. Or when you discard this card to move, you have +2 speed. Oh, how cool is that? But how can we add this card without just like power creeping? You know, well, because you don't just get a handful of inspired actions. You also get a bane action. Discard this card to perform 1 action. When you discard this card to roll dice, roll with disadvantage. Ah, I see. Defend, when you discard this card to defend, you have minus key armor. So like an Oathsworn with like 20 armor, he might not care. But for a mage with 4 armor, that's gonna be tough. Move, when you discard this card to move, you have -2 speed. And then the other is a standard. So we have the standard action. So if this is sort of the baseline, if we just flip these over, we'll flip them all over just so they all say the same thing. So if this was the baseline, if we increase the power level of one of these, well, then we have just power crept the game. But if we decrease the power of one of these, then the power level still averages out to be exactly where it was. So for someone who is smart, if we're using these 3 actions, I know I'm going to get attacked this round, and I don't have much life left. I need the extra armor, so I'm going to use my inspired action defending. So I'm going to discard that one first. I really don't want to miss my attack, so when I attack, I'm going to discard this one to attack. And then this one, I really don't need to move that far this turn. So when I move, I'm going to discard this one. So just a little bit of cool tactics that can go into this using this card system. Do you need to use it? No. If one player at the table wants to use it and everybody else doesn't, they can do that. And if you want to make it even more interesting, you can deal out. Multiple sets of these to one person and shuffle them together so that the turns that they get are a little bit more, let's say, tactically lumpy, right? So we'll shuffle these together. We'll draw 3. How does this turn look? Okay, so this turn looks average. But what if one turn you get a Bane action, and a standard action? Well, that stinks. That turn is going to be a little bit suboptimal. But your next turn is going to be hot. Your next turn is to be quite spicy, right? So once you draw them all, you shuffle them all back together, and then, so it adds a little bit of variety, a little bit more thoughtfulness for the people who are into that kind of thing. And like this is how I would play if I were playing. So let's see. Ooh, yep, that'd be a bad turn. So how cool is that? That's something I'm really excited about. Evan, casually making a mod manager. We're gonna add or remove mechanics. Yeah. So there's enough for, I think, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's enough for 6 players. There's enough for 6 heroes, and you can print and play. You can print more if you want to. But this right here is something I'm super duper excited about. That's something that I'm really excited about, because it just makes it like that much more interesting for the people who want it. Like it's an optional little complication, optional little tactical thing without complicating things. Greg M, I feel like you could make an entire deck of action cards as an add-on. Possibly. And in the future, something that I'm thinking about is doing something like, so like this deck, like this is the mage class, or this is the cheat class. And you draw your cards, and you do with the card. You can discard the cards to do different things. So something like that. That's something I'm cooking on. I don't know. I don't know what will come of it, but yeah, we had the space. We had the budget to eke out just a little bit more cool stuff. Yep, Greg, we're all over that. Absolutely. So yeah, anywhere that I can sort of eke out a little bit more cool stuff for you guys, get you a little bit more value out of this thing, then like, yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah, that's the box, you guys. That's the box. Let's we'll go ahead and pack it back up. Yeah, what thoughts do you guys have? Any questions? I've got a little bit of bandwidth now to take a look at the chat a little bit more than I was. I play pot of greed to draw 2 actions. Yeah, so like a spell like Heartsfire, have an ally draw a card. That's cool. That's really cool. And like the mage, they're like, you won't always have access to like fireball, like in the 5e vernacular. Like you won't always, or you might not have access to fireball, but when you draw it, like then you can play fireball, right? So it lets you have like much more powerful things without breaking the game as easily. And there's a lot of really cool things that you could do with it, like for the cheat. You can have a set of cards. Any way to buy the sticker alone? I don't know. So like as a small creator, it's a little bit hard. Like fulfillment is difficult. So it's easier to like bulk do a lot of those things. So I am talking with some companies who can help with fulfillment and stuff. So if that's the case, then maybe. But all of that is surprisingly much more difficult than you would think. So Probably not. At least not at the moment. Not at the moment. Looking for mom. But the sticker is included with any of the physical things. I think I know it's included in the box. I think it's included. I think they're included in the if you order just the books also. Don't quote me on that because I'm not looking at it right now. Two-part question. Oh, Edward, I made a thread for people to make their small last-minute suggestions. Okay, very cool, very cool. Two-part question. First, that website you showed off at the start of the stream, is it live now? Yeah, nimblerpg.com. Second, any plans to have an official character creation tool? Yes. So there is. It's in the works. I'm working with Phil, the person who did the VTT. Oh, and you guys wanted to look at the VTT too, so maybe we can do that. So the same person who helped with the VTT stuff, he is helping develop that. Let's go to the computer. Yeah, so the person who helped me with that is making that. So I'm hoping to make some other cool tools also for people who have purchased it. I'm not ready to announce everything yet. But if you already purchased Nimble, it's going to be free. It's going to be free already. You don't have to buy anything again. You did it once. You don't need to be spending any more money on this thing. Okay. So yeah, I'm planning on having character creators and lots of other cool things to make running the game as easy as possible. Because those are tools that I would just want to have as a DM or as a GM myself. So glad to upgrade to box set at the last day. It looks great. All right. Gentleman in a Scholar Corps. Fans have been working hard on fan-made. Yep. There's a lot of fan-made character creators already. So hopefully more on that in just a second. So I had this page for notes, and I didn't write down any notes. I think it was in the GM guide. There was one little wonky thing. Yeah, you see that? So watch, like if I edit this, so I can backspace. Okay, see, like now it works. Now it's working. So we'll save that. Yeah. There's a cool thing on Discord, Nim Plus, that some people have made that I'm pretty excited about. Let me show you guys some other cool stuff before I start fiddling around with face. Let me show you some cool stuff. So the printer didn't just send me the boxes. I've got a few boxes. I'm gonna send those out to a few people in the preview copies. But they also sent like printer proofs of other things. So if you guys want, we can crack these open. See what's in here. I don't know what's in it. I think it's just like the folded up versions of things, so I can check registration marks and stuff. I'm not sure. Let's zoom out a little bit. There was a Berserker alignment. Yeah, let me write that down. Yeah, I got a VTT. It's for Foundry, so it's not like my VTT. Foundry, some people are working on Roll21. The guys from Alchemy are interested in doing it. But I think they need more people to like reach out to them and say, hey, they're interested. That you're interested in having. Sorry, is this plastic like super duper loud? Sorry if it is. Yeah, so here's the Crab King adventure. So obviously this is like it's all torn out because it's just to sort of show like, all right, here's how it's gonna look. Crab Adventure. So Crab Adventure is like the code name for the adventure. That's pretty sweet. That's roughly how it's gonna look. Yeah. So there's the cards. These are cool little print proofs. Registration marks. It's interesting. Here's all the action cards. Oh, this is neat. This is kind of like newspaper material. That's cool. So this is like the full art for the GM screen. I don't know why they sent me this, but it is cool. So you can see like all the cut marks and stuff. Let's see what else is in here. So I think these are the books. Oops, sorry guys. Keep bonking you. Yeah, I'm trying not to. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. So this is the books. So this is how I guess this is how they print it out initially, just to make sure all the pages and stuff are right. And I think these are called like the signatures. Whoop. Uh-oh, I pulled that right out. So how they do it is they print it on like full sheets of paper like this, then fold it. So that is one signature. And then like this whole thing is just sort of a bunch of those signatures. Yeah, so this goes right here. So these two parts of shepherd are separate. That's why it's so easy to lay flat, because it's a piece of paper that is just folded in half. Oh, cool. Oh no. The plastic, the tape is sticking. Okay, so what if I just sent you guys this? That wouldn't be funny. It was only funny in my head. Yeah, so there's the GM guide. There's the heroes. Ooh, man, sorry. I do apologize for keep punching the microphone. So cool rules. Oh, here's the Nimble version 1. And I did change it to Nimble 5e instead of Nimble V1. But so yeah, that's what the stapled zine is going to look like. It's going to have like a cardstock on the outside instead. And this is I guess is the material for the box. They sent a bunch of things. This material for the box. This initial proofs. I don't know if they needed to send that. Let's see, what is this? Oh yeah, so that's the base. And the liner. Okay, so there's the sticker layouts. What's this? Okay, that's the platform. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's neat to see how these. This is a pretty big printing company. So it's neat to see how these big companies manage and do all these things, because it's a lot of work. It's not just pushing a button and like books are made. Like a lot of it is like handmade stuff, like gluing and sewing, and I'm sure they have machines to do a lot of these things, but it is a lot more involved than you would ever think. Let's see, there's a couple more. Got a couple more bags of things. So there's a blank dummy for the Nimble zine. Okay, so the version 1. How cool is it? Yeah, it's super cool. Like it's a little bit surreal. Like I feel like it's a real product, like it's a real thing. So here is the Nimble zine. It's gonna be like a cool cardstock. I don't know if it's gonna be this glossy once it's printed, but so there's that. And then here's the Crab Venture. Like that, and it's supposed to be. I need to make sure I tell them that it's going to be like it's not going to be a Z fold. It's going to be. It's going to fold like this. So I don't know what that is. So let me write that down. Crab. Not Z fold. Not Z fold. Okay, there's no. Okay, very good. They still have to tend to the machines and fix them when they go. Ski. Oh yeah, ski wampus. Yeah, I say cattywampus. That's what we say in my family. All right, so this is cool. Here are It's the core rules. So this is what the core rules look like. Skiwampus, yeah. Cattywampus is the proper term, the proper noun. Okay. Oh, cool. And here's the sticker material. Looks like pretty high quality stickers too, which I'm happy about. And then we got a couple of extra Nimble. So they're printed on like these huge rolls, and this is really like a vibrant kind of holographic type of material, which I like. Yeah. Oh, here's something that's gonna be cool. 3 books. Okay, so that's the end papers. The cards are printed on. So like they don't just have like 8.5 by 11 like sheets of paper. They will print things on like huge rolls, and then cut them to size. So like their paper that they have, it's just on these massive rolls that weigh as much as a car. And then they will print it and cut it to whatever size you need it to be. Whoa. This is huge. You guys see that? How cool. So like you ask them, hey, can you make a book in this size? They'll say, yeah. That's like the cardstock material of the platform thing. Let me get to the cards, because this is pretty cool. Yeah, this is like a really cool feeling material. If you've ever seen, and it's a big sheet just sort of folded. Oh, it feels like tough. It feels tough. If you've ever felt like I don't know, like leather, or it's almost like a cutting board material. Like I've got like some really thin cutting boards. But yeah, so that's the cards. Isn't that neat how they come? How cool. How cool. And then the X card. I guess I had space to print one more card. That is neat. That is neat. All right, we'll let's put all these things away. All right, you guys. If there aren't any additional questions or anything, I guess we'll wrap it up there. If you want to check out the witch, the hex binder, the hex binder class, it is really turned out really quite cool. We're going back to the like a zine, like a traditional zine style for it, because the trifold thing, it's a little bit limiting as a format, but more importantly, a lot of printers don't support that layout. Like I asked a number of printers, like, hey, can you guys like make this trifold kind of custom shape? They're like, no, not really. We don't really do that kind of thing. So I said, ooh, maybe I shouldn't go down that road. But yeah, I really like how she's turning out, and the layout feels really cool, I think, and it's a fun class. It doesn't feel really at all like any other class. Here's some other piece of art that I've been trying out. So really happy with how that's turning out. A lot of work goes into every class. We're gonna show us some of the VTT. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can give you a quick little preview. It's not going to be the best because I don't know a whole lot about Foundry, but I could try. So yeah, a lot of work goes into every, like a lot of time and effort goes into the classes. So we're working on that. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's see if I can pull up the thing. Launch. Let's see if it works. It's loading. Downloading data. Loading map. Okay. See if I can figure out how to do it again. I might need some help. I might need some help figuring out how to do it from you guys who play. Oh, there it is. It's a right click to move. Okay, so let's go to, where's actors? So I'm going to create an actor. So let's make a new hero. I know that's a blue bookshelf, but it just reminds me of milk crates. Oh. Gotcha. Okay, so let's make a new hero. We'll make a berserker. And this will be a halfling berserker who is fey touched. And we'll take the standard, the standard thing. We'll have 2 strength, 2 dex, 0 intelligence. Now let's do 0 will and -1 intelligence. He's a dum-dum. Confirm. And then this is really cool. So you can assign 4 skill points to wherever you like. So we're a little bit sneaky. And we're cute. So we'll do that. And might. Let's add 1 might. Confirm. Languages. All right, so I don't know any additional languages. So there we go. So here is my new character. Let's see. Phil showed me how to do it. I don't remember how to do it. Yeah, this is, you guys, like, he has gone above and beyond. So I don't know if you guys know. If you see Phil in the Discord channel, Discord server, like, give him some claps. Like, he had this thing finished, and he could have had it done. Okay, but he saw this new feature that he said, you know what? Even though it's done, like, this new feature would actually, like, make playing it and using it way better, but it would require me recoding basically the entire thing. So he said, yeah, let's do it, because it would make it better. So that is what he has done. Just so you guys know. So let me see if I can remember how to. He did a lot of cool things. User data. The forge assets. So I don't remember. Choose file. No. Favorites. I don't know how to do a lot of the things that he knew how to do. Okay, so it does a lot of cool things that I don't know how to do. So I think, okay, so first of all, you can show, like, how many wounds you have. Okay, so you can track your wounds like that. And then the hit points, it tracks hit points, and when you're bloodied, watch what happens. You go to 10, it turns red. All right. And you can go back up here. So we're level 1, so there's 1 hit die. Ancestry, so you can mouse over the different things to see what all of these things do. Let's see, I think maybe the goblin has a thing. Goblin, yeah. So if I click, I wish Phil was here. He would know how to do it. So I think I can drag this here. Nope. Drag this here. No. There's some way to do it, and he's probably pulling his hair out. Phil, if you see this later, I'm sorry. There it is. Okay. So there's an easier way to do it, but so we have this goblin. So if I want to stab, so if I do stab, so let's select this guy. So let's do. So let's move this goblin next to our little boy here. And then he's going to stab this guy, and he rolls a 6. Oh, and okay, so since he rolled a 6, it's a critical hit, so it automatically rolls an additional die, and it adds the correct thing, and it deals it to. I think I can. Let's see if this works. Add selected token as target. Yeah, so new actor, so this would be our dude. New actor takes that much damage. So he would take 11 damage. And then this guy can, so you can toggle combat. There it is, toggle combat state. Okay, so he's like a combat. So this initiative, so we'll roll initiative, and then we'll go down the list. So this guy goes. Again, I wish I knew how to do it better. It is so slick how all of these different things, assign status effect, charmed, dead, hampered, prone, so that there's all sorts of cool things you can do, and I can't even begin to explain how cool it is. But let's say this is like a special goblin. This is one thing that I can show you, I think. So let's say this is a special goblin, and he's got. Let me see if I can remember it. He's got a. Oh, not that. Oh no. So again, I'm going to try to do a Foundry. Yeah, I'm going to try to do a Foundry stream with Phil, so he can show you how to do it right. Where is it? Notes. Core. This. Okay, so let's edit this new feature. Config. It's not that. He showed me how to do it, and I don't know how to do it. So basically, there is a way. So let's say this goblin has the special weapon from. Okay, let me just show you here. So let's go to the GM guide. So let's say this is a special goblin. So you guys killed what's his face. You guys defeated Krog, the Goblin King, and this goblin picks up the Mangle Maul. And you don't have to like manually do things. You can add Mangle Maul as a custom thing, like right here in his actions. And there's a way to do it, and you just click the little thing. Okay, let's call it Mangle Maul. Okay, list feature under attacks. Okay, so this is an attack. Okay, so it should show up there. Under actions. Okay, and then this targets, target count 1, I think, and then effects. I think we're getting there. Okay, so damage. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so damage on the Mangle Maul is where is it? 1d6 plus strength. So yeah, 1d6. So we can do, so it can miss, it can crit, it doesn't ignore armor. So it's going to be 1d6. And then what was it? 1d6. On hit, grappled. Okay. On hit. Damage outcome. On hit. Condition. Grappled. Okay, so this is something that you need to do like every time, but like if you have this, like if your player picks this up, you can just add Mangle Maul as their thing. So you only have to do that. You only have to set it up once, and then whenever they attack with Mangle Maul, you click the button and it does all the things automatically. Is what I'm trying to show you. Okay, so on hit, grappled. Okay, so I think that's all we need to do. So now if we do this attack. So let's select this guy and attack. I don't know how to do it. Add targeted token as targets. Targeted token. This one. So if I were so this is a me error thing. If I were doing it right, again, I'm not a VTT guy. Oh, cool. You can rotate these guys. You can select that guy, hit the one button. All the things happen automatically. Double right click, Evan. Yep. I don't know you guys. So this is the first look of the thing. So let me walk you through some more actors. So if you want to make a hero, you can. All the character creation stuff is there. Solo monster, you can make a solo monster. They act after they have special attributes that make them act after their thing. They have special bloodied and last stand conditions. If we go back to create actor, you can make a minion that any damage kills them. You select a bunch of minions, they all attack at once. Hover the cursor over the target and press T and it becomes a target. How do you guys know this stuff? T. Ah, beautiful. Stab. Stab. 2. Now let's go to the chat. Yeah, so new actor took 4 slash damage. Okay, cool. That's neat. So like all of the rules for rolling. So let's see if we can get a 1. So there's a crit. So it rolls again. Let's try again. Oh, there's another crit. Oh, this goblin is rolling hot. Oh. Okay. So let's do it again. 4. I'm gonna try to get a 1 and see what happens. Yeah, this goblin is rolling hot fire, you guys. You don't want to be on the other side. You do not want to be a new actor. All right, so can I? Okay, so let's get this. I don't want all those dice clogging up the screen. Ah, man, these goblins. They only crit. 2 crits in a row. We're so lucky. You're not lucky if you're that goblin berserker, the gnome berserker. There it is. There's a miss. Okay, so you see how it misses, and it misses, so it doesn't deal 1 damage. It doesn't add anything to it. When it crits, it automatically rolls additional dice and all this sort of stuff. And then like while you're playing, like it shows you. Okay, so this guy can roll initiative. Okay, so he rolled an 8, and you see the little dots. Okay, so I'm figuring it out. So I rolled an 8, and I don't. So these little dots, those are the actions that I have. So let's. So we'll say this guy's turn is over. So when his turn is over, you see what happens to his actions. He gets all 3 actions back. How cool! Okay, so I'm like a blind man stumbling through a dark hallway in this. So we're getting somewhere, but not very quickly. How much of the book's items monsters will be in the VTT? I'm not sure. Not all of it. Yeah, not all of it. So again, disclaimer: I don't know much about VTTs and what's possible and all that sort of stuff. But it's my understanding. Don't hold me to anything, please. It's my understanding that you can add whatever content you want. But like making the adventure, so we can make the adventure, we can add all those things, but like that costs a lot more time, which is money. So, the VTT is gonna be free for anybody to use. I think is the plan. But like the adventures might be like purchasable things. I'm not sure. Like honestly, like I don't know all the details about all of this stuff. We're figuring some of those things out as we speak. Content packs, yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, it's something like that. I don't want to make people pay for like the same thing over and over again. But Edward, more on that later. Maybe next week. Maybe next week I'll have more to say about that. We're cooking on some stuff. Yeah, more on that later. So yeah. Okay, you guys, that is a very bad first look at a very good VTT. So if I knew more, then I would be able to show you more. Yeah, there's all sorts of cool stuff happening in here, and I had it set up earlier, like in a cool way, so I didn't have to set things up on stream. but I think he's been working on things, and it might have broke some of the stuff I was working on. I play in person usually, so that's that's the best I can do on short notice. Maybe next week or the weekend we'll do a legit stream of the VTT and show it off in its full glory. But this sort of like me showing you a car, but not knowing how to start it or open the door. But Phil and I will take a few laps around the track together, and he can really show you how to do it the best. Thank you guys so much. If you want to support the Patreon, you can go to nimblerpg.com, and the Patreon link is there. You definitely can. You don't have to. Certainly, please don't feel like you're obligated to do it at all. But if you want to support the continued work, there is a lot of continued work going in to this, and we're really trying to give away as much as we can, to make it as open as possible so that more people can play it and have fun and all that sort of stuff. So if you guys want to support that, I want to encourage you to do that, but it is not at all expected. Absolutely not at all expected. Okay, you guys, we will wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out. I'm really excited. We're starting to head into full production, and then the final delivery is going to be likely Q3. There is a small chance for Q2, but Q3 quite safely. I think everything is going to be ready and shipped and in your hands, all the physical things. I'm going to be making the updates to the print things. I'll be making the updates to the digital files, and then we'll send out the digital files with the latest like typo corrections and stuff. There's been a couple of typos that have been confusing people, so I'm gonna get those all out as well. And then I've got a long list of other things that I'm working on also. So thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate it. Feel free to DM me on Discord or shoot me an email if you have any questions, and we'll take it from there. See you guys.